Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is another episode of the Pygame Pong series, and in this series, as you remember, we were creating the Pong game in Python using the Pygame library, and we are going to continue by implementing the ball dynamics in this video. So if you remember, in the last video we created some basic player movement. In this video we are going to set up the very basic ball movement so that we can get started using implementing the different kinds of collision functionalities. So first of all, we'll need to have an actual ball in our screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rename the speed variable to player speed, and make sure you change it down here as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to create a new variable here called ball x, which I'm going to set to screen width divided by 2 to make it in the center. As you can guess, we'll also have a ball y, which will represent the ball's y position, and it will be screen width divided by screen height divided by 2 actually. And these two are pretty good. And then what we will do is we will go down here where we are drawing everything, and we will, after drawing players, we'll also draw our ball, for which we will just use pygame.draw.circle function, and we will pass it our screen. And for the color, I'll just pass in a pale red kind of color. And then we'll pass in, for the position, we'll pass in ball x and ball y. And then what we will need to do is we'll need to actually we'll need to go up here and create a new variable called ball size to represent how the radius of our ball, and we are going to pass that as a final argument. I'm actually going to make that 25 instead of 30. And now let's go ahead and run this, and what you should be able to see is that we do get a red ball in the center of our screen. Of course, we are able to move our players like we were in the last video, and yeah, this is all pretty awesome. So now what we are going to do is we are going to implement some movement for our ball. So I'm going to create a ball speed, which I'm going to set to 850 for example. And then what we are going to do is we are going to go down here where we are updating handling the input. We are going to handle ball movement here as well. For now, let's just add the ball speed multiplied by delta time to the x value. And let's go ahead and set the ball speed to 850, and let's try that out. And what you can see, I think that's a bit too fast. I'm going to change it to 700 or perhaps 670, and this seems to be about right to me. Perhaps it would be better at 700, but well, you can set the speed according to your own liking. And right now our ball is only moving in one direction, but we want, of course, the ball to be able to change direction. For that, we'll have to create a vector 2 to represent the direction. Now, for creating a vector 2 in Pygame, you can use the math library in Pygame. So we can create a vector 2 called ball direction, which I'll set to pygame.math.vector2. So this is a class. I'll just set it to 1 on the x and 0 on the y, and here we'll set ball direction.x multiplied by ball speed multiplied by delta time for the x value, and for the y we'll do it similarly, but we'll use ball dir multiplied by y actually instead of multiplied by x. And this should allow us to get that correctly. And if I set this direction to be pointing in the x direction, then what you can see, it still works like it did earlier. And if I change it to -1 on the y, it should move up, and if I run that, you can see that it does work, and that's pretty awesome. So now what we can do is we can say that it is working. I'm going to set it back to what it was earlier, because yeah, this is alright, and perhaps I'll change the speed to 700. Alright guys, so this is pretty much it for this video, and in this video you can see that we learned how to make a ball move, and this was just a short video in which we learned an introduction to kind of vector tools and how to use that to make our ball go in a specific direction. And in the next video we'll actually learn how to change this ball direction according to any collisions that occur. In the next video we'll get started on our collision detection. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe as well so you don't miss the next video, and I'll see you in the next one, and bye.